I can handle tourism quite well because I tell you last time I knocked on all the VC angel investor door, then they are like, we're going to invest in you. Events industry is dying.
They all sound like Trump.
America, we're going to have 45% tariffs.
Do people know that working on your own dream means not working 9 to 5 but working 24/7?
This was probably a mistake for me. So
at the business owner level, right, you kind of also feel like you are responsible for the people that is working for you, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have the time to break down. So the only thing that you can do is to face it and move on.
Okay, so this is gonna be our first ever mukbang episode. Okay, so
it's a pleasure.
I think we are just simply trying to save time, eat and do content at the same time. Easy, okay. So I think today's podcast is gonna be about I quit my job and then now what? So I think a lot of us rather embark in our own entrepreneurial spirits right now rather than work for someone, right? But having to work for yourself is damn scary because probably for the first few years, right, you might not be even net profit . So a great example, right, is our friend here, right, Daniel Ang, round 3 on the podcast already. Recently made a big move You quit your day job and then you head to your business So what was the decision like, and will you recommend this for everyone?
I don't think I'll recommend this for everybody. I think it really depends on the reason why you want to quit your job.
Okay, is it a good enough reason, right, to just do what you love, right, just because you hate your job? Is that a good enough reason?
I think got to see the opportunity also. If there's like something that you are worth, and there's something that's worth your time, and you see like an opportunity there. Like for me, I'm in the events industry for like 10 years already, so I do have like contacts and everything that I can start from.
Yeah.
And I think in my previous job, I don't feel any growth anymore. So I did a trade-off. It's like a trade-off for me. It's more of like, if I'm doing my own, am I confident that I can achieve the same thing, as what I want to achieve in the previous job. So yeah, I think that's the reason why I say, okay, I make a jump. If I don't feel the opportunity or the confidence, of course I'll still stay .
And then I think another very good example is Adeline also doing so many stuff on her own and starting her own event, right? But then you're still keeping your day job . So what is like the difference? Why do you feel like, you're ready to just all in? What was that moment that you felt like you are ready to all in? Because I don't think either of us, we are working on our own side hustle, right? I don't think any of us feel that we are ready to like go all in. Damn scary, quit your job your
Yeah, I mean
right.
I've not quit my job to be a DJ, so so definitely I'm on the other side.
Last time can, now cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like if you are not a resident, you can quit and be a DJ?
What, like resident DJ?
No, like if you are not a resident, last time you can actually like quit just to be a DJ.
Can. Yeah, if you are freelancing, okay, like back then, like whole flows time, right? Per DJ gig, market rate, like lowest is 500 per gig, kind of.
Oh, that's just pretty good.
It's fucking good. And then they are like, but back then they don't know like financial planning and all that kind of thing. So they ball, they got money, they ball, right? And then only until they are older, right, that they learn how to save money, track their expenses, all this, right? And then now the DJ rates are also not that high anymore. So it's like suffering.
Actually, what's the DJ rate these days?
Yeah, actually, what's it for open format? Kind of
$100, right?
$100 per hour, but High House Nova behind the green doors trying to do a $150 per hour policy. Trying to
Well, it really dropped because last time it's like I heard about $200 per hour the kind, $300 per hour the kind also can.
Yeah, but now everybody and their grandmother is DJ already, so cheaper already.
No lah, but I also think the whole Singapore nightlife landscape is not as happening as 10 years ago, last time, if you ask me. I think pandemic did a reset from the hospitality industry.
Right.
I mean, back before, before pandemic, right, there was like, I had talks with like a lot of my, back in my DJ club, like CCA club. There was like talks of like, people just continuing doing this DJ thing as a as a way to make money, rather than like do a proper full-time job. Or like it seemed almost like very possible you can do. It's something that we can do, but nowadays I think like a lot of the people that I was in the club with, right, all of them in their own corporate roles.
Oh, what?
Everyone's in their corporate role or like studying. Yeah.
That's way too strong, man.
Oh, yeah. DJ is not something like
I mean, same for me as well. I'm running last one standing with the main focus of event management, right? It's not like DJing. Like I think that one is just more of a outlet, like a passion.
Yeah.
Part of the unit, the business unit, but the main goal is still to do events for corporates. So in a way, you say I'm not in corporate, but in a way, I'm still like in the corporate world also, you know.
Right.
Those people want to do conferences lah, they want to do their D&D lah, you know.
Yeah, but to be fair, those do earn quite a bit. Those can earn quite
Yeah,
well.
it can be quite lucrative because I think the less the client want to do the work, then the more that they will subcon to you. Yeah, so
Yeah, exactly.
So I just did a podcast. I did multiple podcasts with Vince and Beats. I did a podcast just recently with Sunda Music Festival, right? And Sunda Music Festival, originally their collective is Ice Cream Sundays, right? And then Beats and Beats is a collective, but each of them have their main money-making vehicle. Beats and Beats has Third Spaces Marketing, right? Which is the marketing agency to bring in the revenue. Then Ice Cream Sundays have their own thing that do like live activation for brands because they're already doing live activation in their music festival. Like this, like what some spritz sponsoring them, right? Then they also have like something happening in their music festival as a live branding kind of stuff, so they can bring that experience that they have to work with other partners, other brands. So I think with every business that you start, right, you need to have a revenue generating arm before you kind of figure out what the passion project is like.
Oh yeah,
like all of us like EDM, all of us like DJing, right? But we cannot start a business around it. Just because of, if you look at the EDM landscape, only Ultra Music Festival, Tomorrowland, only a few making money. The rest are like losing money.
And Tomorrowland, if you ask me, I don't think they're breaking even from ticket sales, but they are sponsors, and like their booth there where they charge rental, that kind of thing to cut your hair.
Actually, that's the question. It's like, why is it that sponsorship is now the one that's generating all the money? It's like it almost feels like no one can survive without advertisement and sponsorship money. Yeah. Like where has all the power gone to them and then none to us? It feels weird.
I think it's marketing. Like your own marketing capacity not enough, right? Then you get sponsors to help you spread the word. Yeah. Then it's easier to pay than to figure out, right?
I think it's more of a risk factor also.
Risk factor.
Yeah, like for example, if I'm doing my own event, right, I don't have sponsor, right, I will watch what I want to spend more.
Right.
But if I got sponsor, like actually I have a bit more freedom to spend, so yeah.
Right. And then you can also be a little bit more creative. You're not restricted by your budget. Yeah.
But if you're not restricted by your budget, you are restricted by the brand guides.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's like kind of like either one, right?
Yeah.
And then like, doesn't it also boil down to the point whereby like how much are people willing to spend, and also things like your trustworthiness. Because if brands work with you, it's just like on the surface level, it definitely will look like, okay, you are more trustworthy, like people know who are you.
Ooh.
So if I'm like a first time like person like looking at your brand, right, I'll just feel like, okay lah, like I recognize the brand, hence you are someone that I feel that maybe I can relate to.
Hey, Pangling Jin work with these people, man. Must be trustworthy. Yeah. I agree, man.
Yeah, or we're just all alcoholics. Alcoholic food.
Yeah, I think like all these like non-tangibles, right? It's like something that not many people discuss. Okay, so you quit your job, and then obviously you know why you want to quit your job to pursue the business. And then, like, do you need to have certain amount of savings before you go all in, or you are like, actually just do it? Because it's either now or never.
A bit of both lah. So I wouldn't say that like I have lot of savings that I can like keep doing what I want to do and like don't have to worry about getting income, right?
Yep.
So, but at the same time, I did save up a bit before I make the jump. But also at the same time, I'm a bit glad that I'm a bit glad with like my financial status when I left. And the funny thing is, I'm actually like I did save a lot, you know.
Right.
But the fact that like you know that you don't have a lot, right?
Wow, push you to work harder in the business.
Yeah, it makes me feel serious about it lah. So like when I quit, okay, but actually when I quit, right, actually quite jialat, like really bad timing. My last day was on 31st January, right? Then February I kena reservist. Then we think from a self-employed point of view, like my reservist pay in February is only the rank pay only, you know. Walao.
Oh shit. $400.
The rank pay only, then after that
Oh wait, you officer.
no, my rank pay very low, bro. My rank pay is like I think like 1.2k only, but I 3 weeks. So
Oh shit. Gone from your business.
gone. And then like my camp is in Jukun.
Oh.
So every day and then it's like stay out one. Because like I'm part of
Spend
my
money.
brigade and everything. So and this year is mission year, so it's like we have like operations and everything. Then like got midnight shift lah, you know, that kind of thing. So I really I signed my life back to SDF like three weeks straight. Like really no time to even do any other thing.
Jialat.
Yeah. So when I come out, then get the makeup pay, and then I was like, wow, like really don't feel anything, don't feel rewarded also. So I finally properly get back on my business, I would say from March onwards. Yeah, so the whole month of March actually didn't really have didn't really have time to actually focus on sales. There's a lot of like rebranding lah, do the website lah, everything.
Okay. So when you started this business, right, how do you know whether to sign up for private limited or sole proprietorship?
I think the previous podcast I shared before, right? Last one standing, we started off as a startup last time because we had a tech product called Leads, right? It's an event management platform.
Are you working on something like that? No,
No,
different.
mine is different.
You're ticketing.
No, not really. I kind of thought of something else. Maybe I can talk.
So I was doing like
Okay.
this event management platform that has like a marketplace for vendors and also like a bit of the registration system for ticketing and stuff like that. So I try to run it like a startup lah. So that's why then I decided to do a private limited law because I think sole proprietary, if you want to raise funds.
Oh, you're limited by the capital. I think like 50k and above, you must be private limited already, right?
No.
If I'm not wrong.
You can be a millionaire, you can have a craziest paid up capital and be a sole prop also.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's just that if they sue you, then you die, bro.
Oh.
So private limited kind of protects
protects
you
you.
a bit.
So if the company bankrupt, it's not you bankrupt lah.
Yeah, in a way. But anyway, I'm the director lah, so I need to answer to it also, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think there's also a lot of like tax liability kind of stuff that needs to go a little bit more in depth.
How are you handling it? Like, how are you handling it? Are you like doing it all yourself or you hire someone to help you figure out all the taxation and stuff?
Usually I get someone to do it lah, because I don't want to submit wrongly. But some of the things that I know I will do lor, but especially for IRAS, there's a certain kind of format that you're supposed to support your financial reports and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to submit that thing, so that one I have to probably pay an accountant to do it lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you sign up a company on Accra, all these accounting company will suddenly have your home address. And they will mail you, keep mailing you shit. Like, hey, do you want my accounting services? Blah, 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 all this kind of thing. Yeah.
You're also a registered company, right?
Yeah.
So you get a lot of mail every day.
But luckily, my mom is my accountant.
Oh wow.
So you save money on that.
Your mom's accountant.
I don't know. Very many years of experience in. Yeah.
No, that's a trick. I have a parent who's an accountant.
Yeah,
Is she a
just nice.
cop side also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. So after settling all the administrative stuff, private limited, sole proprietary, right, is how do you know, right, people will pay for your service? How do you know that the thing that you're gonna do, right, will net you positive, lah? Because you also cannot base on like, hey, other people make money, that means my one will make money, right? Yeah. So how do you see signs? Do you all have any idea?
Actually back then I was just a very stupid visionary lah when I started Last One Standing. Like,
Okay, so a little bit about his backstory is you started Last One Standing, you failed, you go back and get a job, and then now you quit the job to start round 2, Last One Standing.
Round 2, yeah.
Round 2,
But
okay.
a very different.
But now different approach.
Yeah. So back then it's because the main idea is centered around the app, right? So my plan was just to like try to bring this idea to the public.
Right.
And back then I never learned much about product management. I never learned about all these things. So
Product manager paid very high one.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay only.
Really? Oh, my friend's product
About
manager.
the same as designer, I think.
For product manager, if you have a very good business analyst, right?
That
then
one will be different.
You fucking do nothing one, bro.
Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
But it's also a very tough job because you have to liaise with people like the
Yeah.
designer, the sales team, the marketing
Everybody.
team. Yeah, you are literally the middleman for every team in the
So
company.
over time, I actually invested a lot in myself lah. Back then, I actually went to go and take my own Scrum cert, all this thing. So then I realized that I did a lot of things wrongly lah back then. Like I just wanted to make my idea work, and I just want to convince the whole world to follow this idea lah. But later on, so to answer your question, right? Later on, like my mindset changed. I realized that I got to follow what the people need and understand what's the pain point, right?
Right.
And working in the previous company actually kind of built my confidence back up that like event management is still a very huge space and like there's still a lot of opportunities there lah. So I think I still kept in touch with a lot of my network. So that's when like I told myself like, yeah, I think I'm confident that people can trust me in my event management service. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So for myself, it's like I see like content is like the new economy lah. And then instead of pursuing music, right, I'm now trying to like make content that's valuable to people, so that people want to watch, people want to sponsor, and then from there, when we can get a good footing in this market, right, via content, right, then we can start to branch out to other stuff lah, like do events, do music, and that kind of stuff, which most of the time are not upfront lucrative lah. Usually you need to build for tens of years, then you finally, take root lah. Yeah. But I also don't know why.
So would you say your direction and goal for now is to like gather as much sponsorships as you can?
Wait, what? Who? Me? Him?
You.
Me? At first I thought it's about how many sponsors I can get, right? But I realized that when you have sponsors for a specific product, like a podcast, right, there's limited real estate. Imagine I got like 16 sponsors. Wow, shit, where to put ya?
Oh, yeah.
So I'd rather get like 4 solid ones, something like that. Yeah. And then
But let's say if you now that you have 3, right? Let's say if you hit your 4th one and then there's more that's coming, right? Then how are you gonna handle such situations?
maybe create more real estate. So that means other than revelry podcast, maybe I need to do another one. So they will seed different product. Yeah.
Why not you just push
Or maybe
others
can do one off.
push your other sponsors to give more?
Up the tier.
Yeah, you have to find another like you want my sponsor space, right? Then you pay me more or you give me more or you do something
Send us
more.
another bottle.
Yeah. because like there's this thing where if let's say you're an artist, right, and you do commissions for people, then people ask you if you're the advice is that if you have too many commissions, you're not expensive enough. You need to raise your price until you don't have that many commissions. Because then that means all the people who are willing to pay you are what
Top
they
tier
worth.
customer.
Yeah. Because you only have so much time in your day to do work. So like if a podcast maybe only has like 4 slots, then maybe you need to raise your prices until you only have four sponsors.
Yeah.
To me, one way to battle the real estate factor, right, is time. So I do follow Flagrant podcast.
Whoa, I love Fragrant, man.
I fucking love Andrew shows. My favorite comedian. So if you notice, they don't really put. Okay, they have product placement.
But they got
But
announcements.
sometimes they'll cut out the podcast and do the shout out to the sponsor, right? for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you didn't really compromise your real estate, but you just add in 2 minutes of that to your podcast.
Yeah, but real estate also meaning airtime also. Airtime is also real estate. What?
Okay,
Yeah, right.
okay.
So if you too many interruptions, then people will drop off the podcast and affect the views and everything. Yeah, so we try not to do that also.
Rotate.
Yeah, that one is like really
Rotate
last.
episodes.
Maybe
That
last
could be
resort.
one
lah.
or two.
I mean, that's a good problem to have. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good problem to think about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is I feel like the content marketing, content way lah. And then it's like like for us, I really have a successful product, then we can plug. But for your one, it's very physical in real life, right? You cannot be doing like 16 events in a month, right? Or maybe expand your forces, right?
Yeah, just expand your forces. Yeah. So it's actually, like I said, I think in events, right, so far my encounter lah, I think a lot of event companies, they will usually work with one another sometimes also. When the situation will make you work with one another. Sometimes like if you have a lot of inquiry, then you suck on to another company to do it for you. Yeah, so in a way we'll work together also lah.
Yeah.
Apart from always trying to compete.
yeah, that's true. I mean, to be fair, like, you cannot do everything. You cannot do every inquiry. But I think if you can direct other inquiries to like to the correct people, right, then you still can maintain a business relationship. So that maybe if another customer thinks like, okay, I want to do a really big event now, and I know you cannot do, but I know you can direct me to someone that can do it. In that is also still not too bad. Yeah. How do you know when you should expand? How do you know when you should expand? Like at what point you should hire more people?
I think when me and my staff, so I only have one full-time staff,
Okay.
When both of us feel like we don't have time to manage the operations on the ground already. Because honestly, right now, if I have a project, I will still go on the ground now. But
that's not supposed to be your job.
yeah, it's not really my job. Like at the end of the day, in the company, you need to understand at certain time your role is this person, certain role this person, right? But like you say, that's not supposed to be my job. So when the company grows bigger, like I would prefer to manage everything from the office, then like the people down on the ground to do it. Yeah. I mean that's the idea in the future. So when do I know when to expand? When we realize your bandwidth cannot already.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I watched this podcast, right? I think it was Overkill Singapore. It's by Si Kwei Ong one, the podcast. And then they get John Chua from Daily Catch Up to come, right? Well, John Chua has a very good perspective on when to hire. It's like, okay, most of the time when you start up, right, you probably have a lot of pizza parties because you cannot pay everybody market rate, right? And everybody willing to help you for free. Then the first step, right, is to get everybody that is helping you for free, right, paid at market rate first. Yeah, so your first 4 hires shouldn't make your life easier, because if you hire someone and it makes your life easier, that means you're not doing enough. You need to be so fucking busy constantly to get new inquiries, new business, delegate, check everything, right? Only right when you hire your 5th person, right? That means you hire 4 people, they manage to meet you're earning so much that they manage to meet the minimum salary already, right? Then you hire the 5th person to make your life easier. Then at that point, you can choose whether you want to exit this business to build another business or not. I'm like, wow, holy fuck, that is so fucking like qualitative, you can really tell lah. Like, and I think not bad.
But like back to the question, right? Because you say like you hire 4 people and then you shouldn't make your life easier. How do you know who to hire?
Based on your business demands so as a CEO, right, your job is to get opportunity, get sales, bring money in, but you are also at small when it's small, right, the CEO job is also to fine tune the whole company. Because I think big company, Elon Musk got 1 person down, is the fine tune the company guy. His job is to think of crazy ideas and bring more opportunities in, right? So I think below Elon Musk should be president of the company or some shit like that. Yeah.
It's Donald Trump.
No, that one is different. It's a lady. Yeah, in the Tesla company lah. Then her job is to fine tune the whole company. So when you fine tune the whole company already, right, then you will be able to realize like, hey, why are we not making enough money? What went wrong, right? And what we need. And then you can double check your manpower law. Is your manpower have the capability to fulfill the mission that the company needs in this season? That season, right, maybe last 3 years, because maybe now like for example for YouTuber, right, our season now is to gain watch hour. So what can we do to gain watch hour? That's our target. Then once we get monetized already, right, the channel get monetized, right, the next season will be like how to gain views. Yeah, and then how to maintain retention. Then it's like different skill set already. Yeah. And then if you have a team that can go through the different phases with you, right, then that's considered a good hire lah, right? I think so lah. That's what I'm thinking now. Yeah, because I also stop a lot of like company. You know, before this I also had a record label and stuff like. And then I really met with a lot of difficulties lah. Yeah, but I think like now I'm looking at it at a more realistic point of view lah. How to bring the sales in, how to survive, right? Then after that, then we care about like making things beautiful lah.
I think at the end of the day, right, is knowing the reason why you are doing a particular job scope in the company. I mean, whatever we are talking now is more relevant to business owners, because business owners, you are technically at the top of the company, you know, because you own the company, right?
Yes.
But when you actually get into the startup scene, right? Back then, when I was like really actively in the startup scene, you can meet founders. They are just software engineers, and like the CEO is someone else, you know. And yeah.
Also, the guy will be like the person creating the product, and then to manage is another person.
But is there? Hey, I do not know how to run the business. Run it for me. I'll tell you my product vision and what I want to do. So,
like Tom Ford lah.
Sorry?
Tom Ford lah. You know the brand Tom Ford.
Yeah.
Tom Ford. I don't think Tom Ford is CEO of Tom Ford. Tom Ford is the designer. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, Tom Ford is the designer. He and his colleague, right, they both work at Chanel, if I'm not wrong. And other than they left, or was it Louis Vuitton or whatever, then they left. Yeah.
You know Armin van Buuren also, right?
Yeah. Armin van Buuren is not the CEO of Armin van Buuren.
He's not the CEO of Armada.
David Lewis.
I forgot who is he, but he's the face of Armada, right?
Yes,
he's
yes,
representing the whole music label and everything.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't even think he really manages the other genre. You know, Armada got a lot of genre. There's R&B also. There's,
what?
Yeah, bro. Armada is not just trance. Armada got.
No, I know Armada got
also.
melodic techno also. Yeah.
Got techno also. Got house. Got ambient and everything. So, I think when you understand your role, why you're doing something in the company, and if you can accept it as a business owner, then that is all that matters. Because if you ask me, I think, for example, if Armin, I use him as an example, if he's a business person, he will probably want to continue thinking of expanding, right?
Yes.
But I think instead of that, he chooses to devote his time on one portion in the company that he's passionate about. So you do the radio show and sing across. Yeah,
record label.
So I would say like I do agree from a business point of view. The faster you can get out of your own company and let it run on its own,
that's the
best, right? But some people, they like to still be involved with the
day to day.
Yeah, because it's their passion, right?
Yeah.
So actually for me, I do enjoy doing events. But yeah, obviously my long-term plan is I don't need to be down doing the cables, the setup. Hey, bro, I do my vendor ones.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel you.
but like actually just manage and just talk to the client, manage the client, yeah.
I remember going through like the YouTube channel, like Linus Tech Tips.
Linus Tech Tips, yeah.
He had to hire his own CEO. He hired his own CEO to manage himself because he himself couldn't manage his own company properly, and he would rather just do videos all the time. So he's just now the guy that comes up with ideas, does the face on the videos, but the day-to-day business is no longer him. It's all his own CEO.
I guess Mr. Beast is also the same lah. Mr. Beast also has a manager. His chocolate factory also got a manager.
The truth is not everybody can be a Mark Zuckerberg or like Elon Musk. Actually, you know, even Elon Musk, he will exit as a CEO also. You see?
Elon Musk is a bit different because Elon Musk, right? He's
A bit weird lah.
Yeah, okay, no, he is a bit weird.
You know right.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that
Sorry,
him being a CEO, right, his job is driving the company up because everyone thinks he's the star CEO.
Right. Actually, I
Yeah.
think it's so boring.
Yeah, he really does. He probably really
Just
does.
appear randomly in some films. Sometimes, and like,
Yeah.
and it's like, Elon Musk, you know.
Well, imagine hiring your own boss.
I don't know how true is it, but I heard like
I think you'll do the right. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I heard some podcasts, right, where like Elon Musk employee says like he will go down to the level, right, to solve problems. So he will fly around the world, right, so go to different factory and solve problems. That's his job.
I
Yeah.
think PR message lah.
Yeah, it's probably
Not
PR.
publicity.
I don't know.
So far,
Maybe.
all
Probably.
publicity.
lah.
Maybe.
To like keep the
maybe realize-
relationship.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe realize we just fuck it only.
He's just there for the fun.
But yeah lah, he one person cannot manage the whole empire. It's too big already. Yeah. So, okay. So what are some things that surprised you when you start the company for a second time? Like, this actually can work. You know, kind of thing.
You mean like this actually can work, but
You didn't think it would work, but then it actually worked out.
What gave you the confidence?
sorry?
What gave you the confidence?
I don't know. Actually, this one is in my previous company. When I first joined, that was when like my startup was like, running out of cash. I couldn't find investment, so I had to shut down the platform and everything, right? So that was quite a tough time for me also. So like
It was during COVID,
no, it's after COVID.
just
already.
after COVID.
So when I joined the company, like I was in a very like broken state lah. Like I need to rebuild my finances.
Yeah.
Some of my friends around me, they really have like good amount of savings. Some got house already. Everything. For me, it's like what shit, man. Like after my uni, I went and dedicate 4 years of my life to entrepreneurship, and like it's what I get lah. So actually, being that previous company, when I start doing sales, because I was doing BD, but on paper it's BD lah, but technically I do BD sales and account management,
koi cable.
project management, go down set up the cable also, everything. Yeah, pakai liao lah.
Yeah.
But I think the part where the win rate starts coming in, right? Like when I start closing projects again, then it just got me realizing like, okay lah, actually I still have it in me, but it's just maybe back then like my focus was too, I was too focused on the platform. Yeah, whereas I should have been focused, or I should have like packaged my entire company solution in a better way, where I can still get revenue lah for the company. Because last time I really very idealistic. I was like,
ENTP.
no, last time ENFP, bro. Last time I very emotional one. So I want to do something right. I keep feeling that like that will work, no? Now make sure
Power of friendship.
Yeah. So for me now I'm more logical lah. So I just like.
But now you also power of friendship, right? So many referrals.
Okay, that one has always been there. So there's one thing I'm grateful about, and grateful for being extrovert about. But I think it's back then like I just think like my product was quite shit lah. Like I didn't have enough budget. I use government grants and everything. So like my UX is terrible. So a lot of people we tested our app the time at all our transform events. Then like everybody comes to me. Then your app is shit, bro. You need to change that, everything. Then like my developers are all from SU United one, bro. All only 3 months of experience of coding and everything. So how are you able to like churn out, that kind of thing? So
Budget constraint.
yeah, but I was like at that point of time, actually I had the opportunity to still keep the company afloat if I wanted to focus on event management also. But I dedicated all my time on this like so I have some event management projects also, right? So whatever money we earn from there, instead of paying myself and keeping myself surviving or what, I really just go and invest into the app, like and everything. So I would say this was probably a mistake lah for me. So I think so what made me like think like it will work is because I kind of learned the hard truth that like a good tech product it's not the tech itself lah. It's like how well we can actually support something that's non-tech lah. You know? So like yeah. So actually I'm actually doing this again. Like, I'm gonna
Restart the app,
I'm gonna relaunch it, but I'm not gonna do an app anymore. I'll do a web app, and
website.
it will be more focused on registration.
Is it like Eventbrite?
Something like that? I'm actually thinking of I'm thinking of doing a platform with like a hybrid of Cvent and Eventbrite kind of thing. So I can target like collectives, you know, and also conference organizers and everything lah. So yeah, but the thing is that's not my strategy anymore. Where like I want all my income to be from there. Like I think I'm going to approach to clients from an angle of event management, and then at the same time, let's say the client want us to do events for them, right? I just tell them like, by the way, I also have my own registration system. Do you want to use it? Because since you're engaging me already, right? So it's easier to just use one of my product. And I don't even plan to like think of a business strategy for this or what. I think of it more of like a complementary product now to my service. So I'm just like, hey, you know, I can even throw it complimentary for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So the difference now is that Beats was B2C, right? But then
B2B2C.
now
Was
it's like B2B2C, right?
Yeah.
But then now you're more focusing on the B2B
very
side of
B2B.
things, right?
Yeah, very B2B.
That's where the money is at.
Yeah, I mean, back then I would say I just didn't package it well enough. I didn't make use of my entire company and its business products, right? Because my company have three main like units. I'll say it's like there's Deeds, there's event management, and there's Transform, right? If I didn't know how to package it well enough. Yeah, so now
and certain one making money, certain not making money.
Yeah, but I know, but actually the plan has always been okay. So the plan is always Transform.
Right.
It's not really for making money, but it's actually more of a branding place.
And also crowd gathering.
And a bit of my own passion as well. So actually I got a lot of referrals from the community. Like sometimes after the party, then Monday they just say, actually you can do D&D also, right? My company doing D&D. They're like, you can do it, you know. And we do it, you know. And actually those were one of the reasons why in my previous company, I was like, wow, I'm getting some inquiries, but then I got a full-time job now. So actually I got one referral from my community, right? Then they want to do their launch event, you know, at Sheraton, I remember. But then the commitment is quite big for audio and visual and live streaming support. So I had no choice but to use my day job, the time to take up the project. But then I see the quotation, right? Then I was like, wow, if I'm still doing last one standing, right? Like it could be a good project.
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to entrepreneurial life, right? Everybody is talking about fuck a 9 to 5. It's time for us to work our dream. But little do people know that working on your own dream means not working 9 to 5, but working 24/7. So how do you prevent burnout? And have you like come back like second time stronger in your second rising in time management?
How I prevent burnout?
Party.
How you prevent burnout?
No, like me?
And drink.
I don't think I burn out, or I'm just
you scared too little things.
I'm used to it.
Ah.
I'm used to it in a sense that like I just kept it in my life like, okay, this is just part of life, there's nothing to worry about. So you just kind of like get used to the momentum of like, okay, so I have 2,000 things, so sure, I have 2,000 things and I'll go with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're a robot, sir. Sometimes I have the ability.
But you are the
2,000
same,
things.
what?
I have the ability to feel sad. I'll be like, I got 2,000 things. Oh no. Then I'm like depressed vegetate for like 30 minutes. Oh no, that's too long already. Let's go
But
back
if
to
you
work.
are like at a business owner level, right,
Yeah.
you kind of also feel like you are responsible for the people that is
Yeah.
working for you, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have the time to break down.
Yeah.
So the only thing that you can do is to face it and move on.
You converting a T soon, converting a T. Ian,
I think-
TJ. Let's go, man.
I think for me, I look at it the other end, from another perspective. For me, I think like a burnout is inevitable. So you get mental burnout, you get a physical burnout, right? Like don't forget, right, that when you're own business owner, one of the best flexibility you have is time. So I'm very grateful for this actually, because I think one of the biggest, not one of the biggest, but one of the main factors why I also decided to go back to my business, right? Surprisingly, is actually also it's for my health, because actually my previous job, right? Okay, I'm a night owl. Okay, I sleep really late. Okay.
What's your sleep cycle like? Sleep 3 a.m.
Yeah, sleep too tired. So the thing is like, when you try to structure me into a corporate job,
Cannot lah.
got very perceiving, right?
So need a bit of freestyle.
So like sometimes I cannot sleep. Like 1 or 2 a.m. I cannot sleep.
Start doing work.
And I can be a whole day at event, back to back 2 days.
But the brain too active. Cannot sleep.
Cannot sleep, right? I think I have ADHD as well. So like, so night scroll, all that kind of thing. Then the next day you wake up at 7, 8, that kind of thing. So
Jialat.
yeah, so actually I'm very grateful that now for 2 months in already, right? I sleep later, right? But I also wake up later. So I wake up like 9 to 10. Okay, if I can wake up earlier, I'll wake up earlier. So for me, it's because time is important, right?
Yeah, time is.
But the good thing is I get to really have full uninterrupted rest. Yeah, because last time, I tell you, one of the biggest. So the reason why I left is another reason why I left is that I say no growth, right? It's because like I think I gave a lot for that company, but
how many years? 2 years.
2 years, yeah, but I didn't really feel appreciated. You know, there was one event I was doing in Marina Bay Sands. It's my client, and I'm the main like event director also, because we do full production for them, you know. It's a STEM education kind of event, and client also no budget, so they only got the venue from 12 a.m. So usually it's like you will get the venue for 2 days, 1 day for setup, 1 day for tear down, right? Or some client can have another day for tear down. But the thing is, this one, right, I think my client budget lah, so in them 12 a.m. only they do the handover. So it was my birthday, by the way. It was the KL weekend. And I set up the event on my birthday. and then my 30th birthday, by the way. Wow, so memorable. I finished setting up at 6 a.m. You know. Then I look at the time. Then my client texted, let's have a pre-event huddle at 8 a.m. because the conference started at 9. No? Then I look at the time, I'm like, wow, shit, man. I brought my toothbrush, everything ready for them, yes. So I just knock out on the chair there and everything. Then there's also your sleep is very
irregular.
And it's because you're working for someone, right? So you need to honor their contractual hours and all. Yeah, so I would say that I'm very grateful for that. Yeah.
The flexibility even though it's working hard.
But you're talking about how you get like uninterrupted sleep, right? But the thing is like your business is always on your head, right? Like you are the same. Like it's always on your head, right? How do you get uninterrupted sleep with all of these things in your head?
There's no off switch.
Oh, very okay one. I can just
knock out.
Oh really?
Okay, actually, right. Another thing. Shout out to all my good friends around. But I think having a good social circle is also
Support system.
very important, because
Yeah.
actually when I'm out with my friends, I mean you know some of my friends, so like our mutual friends also. Like sometimes I'm still on work also. Like I will reply my staff or my team or stuff. But I think that helps with coping with your burnout if you have one, or it helps avoid you from burning out.
Is it because you're not physically alone? At least you have someone hanging out.
I mean, yeah, your mind is occupied lah. For ADHD fucker like me, you need to keep my mind occupied lah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you never can just relax, because you just tune yourself to something else immediately.
Yeah. And that's why I like comedy. So that's why I like
very engaging,
Jokoi, all this. Like I like that because it brings a lot of positivity in your life, you know. So like you can ask my girlfriend sometimes. I come home someday, I was like, wow, today the proposal to the client, jalat sia, like, I don't think okay. And then the next day come back, like, hey, today is very good. Today, like, I talk to but I just talk about it, you know, process your emotions, just talk about it. Then actually, I realized that it prevents me from getting burnout, actually. It's very healthy. You know.
Yeah.
So you're not always like negative, you're like
I'm quite a positive person. I'm quite a positive person.
Fucking crazy, this guy.
Hey, I'm positive. I have faith in Leonard, I tell you, he's been trans with me.
That is so fucking
such a
random.
fun night.
That is so fucking random. Yeah. But let's get back to let's see. So what are certain lessons that you've learned, right, from your previous business, right, that you will not repeat in this business lah?
Be driven with what you want to do, and also be humble to take feedbacks. My mistake back then was sometimes, it's going to sound so weird to say this, but sometimes I'm too humble. I listen to everyone until I forgot what I want. And sometimes I'm too idealistic in what I want to do until I just really don't want to listen to everybody and try to prove them wrong. So like I would say,
too extreme.
Be a good balance of like being able to take opinions from people and also still move forward. And I would say taking opinions also like need to internalize what they say. And I learned that sometimes I learned to take people feedback not literally. I learned to
Pinch of salt.
pinch of salt is one thing, but actually I learned to take it not literally. I try to look at it figuratively sometimes. Because sometimes, for example, I tell you, Leonard, I say, okay, Patrick, I don't want you to, okay, you want to make it to festival level DJ, right? Okay, you need to practice vinyl every day, play vinyls every day. Then maybe to you, you're like, this is not relevant to me. But maybe what he's trying to tell me is like, just put in the hard work, that kind of thing.
you're trying to take the essence of what he's trying to say.
I take, I still take a lot of criticism. I can handle criticism quite well, because I tell you last time I knocked on all the VC angel investor door, then they are like, we're not going to invest in you. Events industry is dying. But then
They all sound like Trump.
America, we're gonna have 45% tariffs.
That's a really good point. What the hell? It's like perfect.
That was good.
That was fucked up.
Elon Musk is like, basically, I'm from South Africa. I started Tesla. I'm autistic.
Holy shit. That is such a good impersonation.
Don't worry, Tesla will sponsor you one day. I'm trying to get them.
I need my driver's license first, so that's
You don't have a driver license.
No, I don't see a point to drive in Singapore, right? I have no
You just got a driver license?
No lah, I don't see a point to drive in Singapore.
You never had a driver license?
No lah.
I always thought you would drive to work that kind.
Yeah, I don't
We
really.
have the I drive to club to DJ face.
Oh shit.
Drive to club to DJ but cannot drink.
Yes.
Got the law. Law
He has
and
a I drive to
regulation.
club to DJ and after my set I go back kind of guy.
That's a huge compliment, okay? Because in Singapore, if you can drive, means you balling, okay? Let's reach that level. And then, let's see. Another one is, do I need a team or just better time management? How do you like weigh that in?
I remember this question. It's an interesting one I wanted to talk about. I think, right, it depends. If you have 2 good team members to do the work that you need to do, then continue with that, right? But if you... I'm a fan of building a team, because I think you cannot do everything yourself in the end.
Yep.
So time management, if you ask me, it's more personal. It's like how much hours I want to dedicate for my business.
Yeah.
How much hours I want to dedicate for my relationship, for my family. So I would say like building a team is more important for me.
Yeah, and I saw another, again, I learned everything from podcasts, right? So somebody said your business, right, is like a beast. There's no such thing as enough. You can never invest enough time in your business. You can never invest enough money in your business. Forever can put in more on. But the more you put in, right, might not equivalent to the result. So you need to put in enough
Optimal.
to the output, you know. Yeah, because like I think that certain times in a business, right, even no matter how much money you dump, right, it also needs time to like germinate. Yeah. So I guess that's like very, very similar to my case. I have my podcast, which I think I can put in more effort, and then Leonard plus one is I already put in enough effort, and then the rest is like, you know, need the other stakeholders to come in and do something about it lah. So certain things you need time to let it grow, and that is why, right, you need to prioritize like your life first, and then whatever remaining then you give to your business. Yeah. So for example, what is your life? Like your loved ones, your family, and then once you dedicate enough time for those already, right, whatever that you have left, then you can dedicate to your work lah, because your heart will then be full lah. Because when your heart is not full, it's very hard to like really go all in. Yeah. So I don't know lah, because I'm a very logical person through and through lah. I've taken this like 16 personality shit, whether you believe it or not, like every single year. The result is always the same. The result is always the same.
I last 2 years.
Yeah. So I'm very logical, right? But as I get older, right, then I realize, oh my god, like the thing that's powering my relentless effort is my mood. Yeah. I fail to recognize that lah. Like when you have mood, then you just keep chonging, right? You have the energy that other people don't have. Yeah. And you know, you need to really identify the root of your energy lah, because how successful a company is, it's always the people running it. Yeah.
To process your emotions.
Shit, man.
Must listen to every woman's advice. Process emotions.
Better help.
Better help.
We need the next sponsor. We need the next sponsor.
You're not even sponsored by Better Help.
Bunch of DJs mixing the sponsors, bro. Yeah.
Better help, we need you.
But what about yourself? How do you cope with your stressful day? Like just now you are like, okay, I recognize I got 2,000 things to do, I just do it. That sounds like some Jocko Willing shit, you know? You know Jocko Willing, right? The fucking commando.
I think like the best thing that I did for myself that I kind of like understood along the years, right, is that I don't avoid my emotions.
Yeah.
If I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm happy, I'm happy.
Yep.
I don't like try to like, oh, I'm sad about this and I'm not gonna like face it and like, try to be happy, right? Like it's not. I need to process all of these emotions, right? And it takes a lot more than people think it is. Because like sometimes you are like outside, but then you're like, okay, no, I cannot be this person, I cannot be this way. I need to like act proper and whatever. But it's not really the case, you know. Like, sure, you can avoid it, but it will pile up. So you should always register it. At least at the end of the day, you should. Like whether it's like you're at a professional setting, you're avoiding it now, but at least when you go home, you need to think about it, reflect, and then understand like what makes you upset, what makes you happy, what you are grateful for, and whatever. This might sound like nonsense because all the influencers are like, oh, I'm gonna write 3 grateful things about my life and whatever. It's bullshit. But the thing is like,
what happened today?
Correct. You should register whatever things that you think it is, like whether it makes you happy or makes you sad, what is your boundaries, what has been crossed, and all of those things, so that you can at least like understand yourself. And then as you go by it, you'll realize that like, okay, now I know like this thing is gonna make me upset. I'm not gonna like go for it. I'm not gonna do it.
That's essentially self-analysis on your own feelings and thoughts. Like
I think
self-therapy.
Yeah, understanding yourself is like the most important thing. Like where is your limit? Like how much is your limits?
I always say this to my good friends on this like mental health topic. Like always tell them, especially guys lah. You know, I say like it's okay to be emotional, it's okay to be logical, but you need to be logical to manage your emotions. So like I think like what Adeline said is like it's a very systematic, logical way to manage your emotions. Because honestly, if you don't process your emotions, right, and it just piles up, right, it will soon turn into a behavior, and it continues piling up, and then over time it will soon turn into a personality, a character.
It will hit you back.
That's why childhood
trauma.
That's why when you talk to your therapist or whatever, right, they always ask like, oh, how's your parents when you were young? How's your because those are the primal years that form your understanding of things and like So I mean, why we're not talking like got problem bro?
That's why we need better help.
better help come on board.
Yeah.
Feed therapy
Yeah,
session.
because I feed therapy session.
Feed therapy session for all the viewers.
铁打 put needle oh. Yeah, but I think like because it's really part and parcel of running a business, right? Because business is really like you are almost feeling in the dark, you know. Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though somebody else might have created this business idea that you want to do, right? But you are the one doing it, right? So it's different. Each person is different. The outcome is different, the process is different. And then it's really up to you to manage this whole entire mess lah. Because a business is so many departments, right? And it all starts with yourself. And if you cannot even manage yourself, right, why? Let alone this crazy shit. And I think also, I realized something, right, is that you really need to understand yourself and your emotion and your I don't know how to say it in English, like your kwan, what's your own kwan, you know?
Your type lah,
your
like
style.
how do you
Your
function
aptitude. Yeah.
and everything.
Right, yeah. Because if you know very well, right, then you can communicate that to your man. Yeah. Then they can work with you, you know. If not,
Yes.
you're constantly grinding it out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, lor.
Uh,
So, maybe we can head to our last point already. So, everybody is now talking about community, right? Building community. Now, fucking a big business. Wow, business not busy enough, still need to build community. Yeah. So, do you think it's like one of the competitive edge that is required? Like, if you don't have community, you probably don't even stand a chance. Like, now Nike got Nike Run Club. Everything also must have community. You know?
Actually, for me, I used to see it as a competitive edge. And I think times change very fast. Things change very fast. Time change very fast. Things change very fast. During my time when I first started standing, right, back in 2018, officially, actually unofficially, we started in 2016.
Yeah.
But like, I was doing a lot of parties and everything. And I didn't start off with trans events, you know, right? I started doing beer pong competitions.
Oh.
Yeah. So shout out to Penny Black in Boat Key, the first ever venue that we partner with for our own events. But anyway, that point of time, I thought that having a community is a competitive edge. But today, I think having a community is a necessity really for a business. It really depends on the industry lah. But if it's very B2C, B2B, very B2C facing kind of a business, then you need to have a community.
Is it really though? Because I have another point of view from this, right? So
Okay.
I was like telling Leonard, there is two sides of business. We have the acquisition and we have the retention. But now the internet and how the whole marketing work is that, like for example TikTok, right? We are now building based on interest. Like the algorithm is based on interest. Like whatever you're interested in, I don't have to know you, I don't have to know the brand. But then if I'm interested in the thing, right, it'll be pushed to me. But then how does Facebook and Instagram used to work is that we need the followers, which is what community essentially means, right? Like you have your own followers, you have people that follow you. But then as time changes and as like how market and like marketing growth, it's kind of like, okay, if I'm interested in the topic, they will push me the algorithm and I will like find people that are interested in the same thing as I do. So like how does the whole like community concept still work? Or does it mean that like we have to kind of like forgo that people are not going to necessarily follow me, but that doesn't mean that they don't know me?
Okay, that's a very good point that you noted, and I will agree with you 100% on digital community aspect. So actually just now what I was saying, the community aspect is actually more on the physical community aspect. Because I'm a guy of events and I have served companies from quite a bit of industries, right? Like tech industry, engineering, hospitality, so on and so forth. And I find that that physical, so we don't talk about digital. So digital, the one 100% agree. Which honestly I think why Facebook and Instagram are losing out a lot. Whereas LinkedIn and TikTok, I still find their algorithm still like this direction, right? Like sometimes I just see who the fuck is this guy like another post in
And
LinkedIn.
then you'll get pushed it, right?
And I'm like, I don't even know this guy, you know. Like, but yeah, and then TikTok is like always people that you don't even follow, you know. So, but yeah, I think like on the physical aspect, right? Doing workshops for your client, doing trans events for your community, right? Like doing maybe like see banks also have a lot of this kind also, like, you know, wine tasting lah and everything, and then they just try to sell the retirement plan or some shit, you know. But it works, you know. I think it works because like when you're there and there's a human touch there, it helps lah. But you ask me, the combined thought of this is for me lah is digital or physical community, right? I think the most important currency is the engagement. Yeah. So, like for example, for Transform, I can share. So like when we do marketing, sometimes we have additional content, additional media, and then like my staff will ask me, like Lovely will ask me like, is this something that we can do with it? I say yeah, sure. Just spread it out, because the more you spread it out, the more you are keeping your followers or the non-followers engaged, right? Like you have things to show them. Yeah. So I would say engagement is the most important part. It's the core thing of community.
Actually, the one point I would like to put across is that have you ever considered that building a community is also partly building the branding of all other people? So, for example, right?
Building the branding of
other people. So, for example, like let's say I'm a guy that I want to be seen as, I'm into something. I want to bring the personality of that product as my personality. Let's say it's a trans event, Transform. So I go down to the event because I want to be seen at that kind of event, and that can build my own branding as a person.
Yeah.
So
that's what I call cult.
yeah. So to me, I think right, a lot of communities are built based off the fact that some people want to be seen as a certain type of person.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried to tap into that? Like you come to my event, you are the trans person. You are the person that.
But wait, let me add on to that point, right? So he has a very fair point. But then like for Transform itself, you know, you have your like regulars, right? Like the people that always come.
Yeah.
So like when we talk about community building, right, it's also about like the part of like how are you gonna get new people into it?
Yeah. So last time I thought about like reaching out to more communities around, like universities, DJ schools in universities. Okay, so I actually am planning to reach out to some CCAs.
SPDJ?
What?
SPDJ?
That kind, yeah. I was thinking of reaching out to like this group of people and like tell them, like, you know, and maybe work with them. Because we worked with them before for like our hip hop brand last time. So last time we had one very small brand that's called Turned. And we do it in Ikigai, so we did in Canvas at the time. So we had like every Thursday night hip hop night, and then like then the trans one is like on the weekends, once a month or whatever. So I wanted to like work with like the DJs and then like give them like a slot, and then they have their own followers, right? That they can bring them over. So that's actually one of my plans, but another way that I try to build the community is by selecting the right international acts too, because actually sometimes some of the international acts that I bring, they have a bit of a hybrid genre. Some is closer to house, some closer to techno, some the hardstyle group might like also, you know, like it's more hard trance and everything, right? So like I try to find a balance within that. Then I think, and I noticed like there's some growth in the community for that. But another way is, but I stopped working with Zook already lah. But back then, how I built my community also was when I worked with Zook, High House, all this, right, for guest list. Then there are people that follow that brand, but we offer guest list. So that's how we add them into our group and everything.
I want to bring it back to just now what you say, right? The depth of the follower. You all should watch this podcast, this inoculation speech by Jack Conti, the founder of Patreon.
Oh, okay.
So Patreon is a subscription service where you
Yeah.
can subscribe to your favorite creator or band or whatever lah.
Basically,
And then you can
OnlyFans
clean OnlyFans
Clean OnlyFans.
clean OnlyFans Yeah, so he said that basically now people don't need followers don't mean anything really because everything is like pushed to you via algorithmically lah. But then the thing is, in a creator's life or in a business owner's life, right, there's always ups and downs. And if you are a true fan of that business or that creator, right, and you want to subscribe to their life, right, there should always be an option. And that is the new model. The definition of follower means nothing anymore. Now it's about membership.
Engagement.
Yeah, like more closer membership, paid membership, subscription services lah. Then you can actually show your support lah. And that's, I think, right, maybe the new currency for business to survive. Yeah. That's why I guess like what you say, right? Community is no longer a competitive edge; it's a necessity. It's really part of the business equation, really.
But
They say now I Zoom member already.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's the same concept of what Chris Fire had, right? Like,
yeah.
like if I can be a Chris Fire member, I want to be a Chris Fire elite. So you will like try to build up today. So it's like the same thing, like Zoom implement it, right? Just to make people like, oh shit, I want to be like on that level so I can be treated a certain way. It is an experience of like luxury that people are trying to achieve. Yeah.
I
That's
agree.
true. Yeah, so I think like at first membership was this like very holy, very exclusive thing, right? But now sadly we have to make it like more commonplace to capture your database, your fan base. If not, you probably have to rely on sponsors then. Yeah. Because right now it's so random, right? People are feed stuff based on algorithms, so they might not be even fed your stuff. Yeah. And as a creator, your journey, you might not always be doing one thing.
You might be fed their stuff for like 10 times and you might not be a subscriber still.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some things that I watch over and over again, but I never subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same for me also.
So maybe we can conclude this podcast by giving like an advice as a business owner to like somebody that is trying to start their own thing,
Business owners.
or people that trying to pursue their passion. Doesn't have to be business owner, right? People that trying to pursue their passion, right? But is currently now still having a day job.
Actually, you know what? I got one good advice.
But
Calculate your cost per hour. How much are you worth per hour?
how much you earning currently?
No, not how much you earning. How much you earn per hour based off your own job. And then when you do anything, like let's say you do accounting, right? You do accounting, say it takes you 6 hours to do this. And you know that this is costing you how much per hour. So when you replace the job with someone else, right? You have a value to figure out how much I'm replacing that. Yeah, that's just my only advice.
That's a very corporate way of.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Like if it takes you 6 hours to
Financially wise.
do accounting,
Yeah.
then the only wise decision is to find someone that costs less than that to do the exact same hours. Then you got something else to do.
Yeah. Actually, Richard Branson said something like that before.
Oh really?
He said if you can pay someone if there's something that he can you can pay someone $500 to do something, he will do it, so that he frees up his time to do something else.
Yeah. Because he's worth more than 500 an hour.
Yeah, but I mean, the way I look at it is start from yourself lah. So like I think just now there's one part we talk about yourself, right? I think start from yourself. My advice would be start from yourself. Know what you want. Know what is your passion, and then from there you should be able to figure out how you want to start your business. Because honestly, I would say that I'm more passion driven than money driven for doing my business. Yes, money is important, but why I get into this business is because I also like events, right? If it's really, really money driven, I will not care which industry, right? I need to, as long as it's lucrative, I'll go into it.
You're a dentist,
Yeah, so be a dentist or therapist, right?
Better help.
You keep dropping them, but we're not even supposed.
Better help. 20% off revelry.
No, the transcript, right, got the algorithm,
Oh yeah.
Send them our way.
20% off quoting revelry on BetterHelp.
Can you imagine?
One for one.
The promo code called
First month
Revelry is drinking, then better help.
First month
promo code, we are all fucked up. Yeah, but yeah, to conclude, my advice is more of once you know what you want, what's your personality also, and also is this idea that you have something that you like doing, or is this idea just because it can bring you lots of money, right? And second thing is, and this is my mindset also lah. Going back into business life again is actually I don't want. Okay, I'm going to say something very controversial. I just want to have a simple life. Like I just want to be able to pay for my bills, save up money,
Go Hong Kong.
like slowly grow the business in the way I want it to be, right? Like so I think the simple life is the hardest life to live. So if you chase after the rich life, it's always not enough one. Trust me. It's like what you said just now. You expand to Malaysia, expand to Hong Kong, not enough. You will always feel like it's not enough. So I think having a simple life is most important. If you want to start your business, aim for that.
Yeah. So I guess like my advice is like quite similar lah. Find something that you like to do, right? And then the first thing to figure out is how to make money out of it. Yeah, because if you don't figure that out, right, then it will consume you lah. And then if money is the fuel to a business lah, and then if it's not sustainable, right, you might have to pivot to something you don't like. So might as well figure out what you like and do what you like, and then figure out how to make money out of it, right? Yeah, rather than like, wow, what I like cannot make money, then you need to go and do something that you don't like just to make money. Yeah, so I think that's the sad fact lah. And then regarding community, right, I've always believed in community lah, because I think based on the nature of the stuff that I need to do, it's like events, music, right, I need to gather people, so the community is a very natural aspect of it lah. But I believe like any product, right, if you have a community, right, it would sell better as well, because you have other people's recommendation. You have UGC, user generated content. You don't need to make your own content. Marketing, right, is when you shout out your own stuff, right? But when you get like brand dominance, right, is when other people shout out your stuff. Yeah.
I better help.
20% off Revelry.
I think
First month is free.
Bro, after this podcast, you go ask money from them already.
Yeah.
You already promoted your product already. It's so easy, bro.
Without
Same
even
invoice,
being
same invoice, same
sponsored.
invoice.
That's what you want already.
What is this? Why suddenly gonna
The
charge?
stock market, you short sell. You sell a thing first.
Better help me go get better help
Buy the
me.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I forget what's my last point already, but yeah, that's the gist of it lah.
Then you better get help, bro.
Yeah, I think so. Let's drink some.
I think my advice would be still the same thing, like focus on yourself, what is your needs and your wants, so that you can then address like what are things that you need to solve, what are certain things that you are passionate in, and then from there, right, then you can build like a empire per se, like or like a legacy. Like everyone wants to build a legacy. Why does everyone want to build a legacy? I don't really know. But then like that's when you can really like create your own legacy based on what you think it is. But of course, like not everything is like in your expertise. So that's when you need to like seek for help, or whether it's like to self-improve.
Legacy.
Yeah. Okay. Great. This is a very deep topic. Hopefully, everybody can benefit from it. If you all like this kind of style of content,
Subscribe to BetterHelp.
If you all like this style of content, please let us know in the comment section below. Okay, thank you so much.
If you're in Singapore, 26 April, our next event.
Yes, please. Actually, before we end,
If you're in KL,
yeah. So
Oh,
you
you
did
26
a
April.
collaborative event with KL.
Trans KL.
yeah, so both of the shows are our show. So you have in KL, it's at Marquee Sky Lounge, 25th April. And I'm also playing. I'm closing the night. And then the next day, I'm going to take a bus to Singapore. Or the DJ flies to Singapore because he's privileged. Then the Singapore show will be on the 26th at Ikigai, as usual. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.